Welcome to another unboxing video, or should I say a reveal. I've decided to remove the packaging already, and this is just showing you the reveal of the cover. As you can see, it's another parcel from Bitmap Books, so let's turn it over. And I do love their specialist packaging. We have Leaps and Bounds, a visual guide to 9 console generations. So this is the latest. Serves a companion piece to their recent trigger-happy controllers. So, plug-and-play home video consoles have been the backbone of interactive entertainment for generations, delighting players all over the world with an endless array of memorable experiences. But where did game consoles start, and how did they grow from their humble beginnings to some of the most profitable, prolific, and instantly recognisable entertainment products on the planet? Join Bitmap Books on a journey through the story of home gaming, navigating 9 generations of consoles, handhelds, and hybrids that have defined the evolution of our beloved hobby, as well as notable critical flops and commercial dead ends. Throughout each generation, you'll see how new technology and gameplay concepts have relentlessly driven the industry forward, resulting in ever more captivating and immersive experiences. Leaps and Bounds profiles 150 gaming systems, including beloved icons, the plucky hopefuls that challenge them, and the quirky and obscure also-rans that emerged along the way. Packed full of illustrations, interesting facts, amusing trivia, and vibrant in-game screenshots, Leaps and Bounds is your ultimate guide to the surprising lineage of the world's biggest entertainment medium. I do like these bespoke barcodes they've been adding recently. Looks very clever. So let's go back to the front and open her up. So lovely end papers there with many familiar consoles. Original concept by Hans Kleinenberg, words by Stu Shearer, illustrations by Adam Ruffino, designed by Sam Dyer and Hans Kleinenberg, published by Bitmap Books. The content, so it's split into generations. Generation 1, Generation 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and Generation 9, 2020 to the present. The preface by Bitmap Books. The foreword by Christopher Tabor, CEO of Analog. Some milestones in the history of gaming. So then we start with Generation 1, Magnavox Odyssey, the Pong home console, Telstar from Coleco, Color TV Game 6 from Nintendo, Telstar Arcade, which had the unique control system, so the steering wheel and gear stick, the light gun, and the analog spinners. Generation 2, 76 to 92, Channel F from Fairchild with its unique hand controller. Studio 2 from RCA, Atari 2600 or VCS, depending on when you got it. Valley Professional Arcade, another unique controller there. Odyssey 2, entered on VC 4000, EPF M1000, fairly obscure one that. Intellivision, published by Mattel. The Microvision handheld console from Milton Bradley, first handheld with interchangeable games. Supervision 8000, and a page representing Game & Watch from Nintendo. The Play Cable also from Mattel. Cassette Vision from Epoch. Cassette in this context actually means cartridge. Max Machine from Commodore, which has the same hardware as a Commodore 64. Creative Vision from VTech. The Arcadia from Emerson. You can see each game then gets a major game, often the pack-in game. Get some screenshots and trivia. So there's the ColecoVision, which is talking about its expansions. Could even play Atari 2600 cartridges. The Adventure Vision with its unique red display. The Vectrex. I would love to own a Vectrex. Atari 5200. Television 2. Gemini. Piota Junior, or the Grandstand Tutor as it's known in the UK. Then Generation 3, the crash in the American industry. Sega's SG-1000, launched the same day as the Famicom, the family computer for Nintendo. Super Cassette Vision, again from Epoch. portable video game system, the Super Micro from Paintex, the NES, the revamped form of the Famicom, the Master System, or the Mark III from Sega, Tiger handhelds with the LCD, very common during the 80s in various forms, the Atari 7800 Pro system, the Disk System for the Famicom, the Family Game from Electrolab, the Twin Famicom from Sharp, combining the disk drive and the cartridge slot, Microgenius IQ501, then 1990s game system from Commodore 64 hardware with a cartridge slot, some interesting other stuff built into RAM, but it did prompt a whole new generation of cartridge games. And although it didn't sell well, the 9 console exclusive games, others were ports, the GX4000 from Amstrad, got some interesting games, Burning Rubber being the obvious one packed in, and then the 4th generation. So the PC Engine arrived first, the Action Max based around video footage, the Mega Drive from Sega, the Genesis and other markets, Nintendo's Game Boy handheld, TurboGrafx 16 or Core Graphics, the Lynx handheld from Atari, originally developed by Epix under the name Handy, Super Graphics enhanced version, the Gamate from Bitcorp, handheld trying to rival the Game Boy, Neo Geo AES based on the arcade hardware, Game Gear from Sega's portable console, Super Famicom, Microgenius IQ901, that's the lesser known one, the PC Engine GT, portable PC Engine, PC Engine Duo, the upgrade with a CD-ROM, Super Nintendo Entertainment System, the revamped Super Famicom. Obviously this is the US form with different colour palette, and Pilot Wings, one of the key launch titles overseas, using Mode 7. The CDI, which licensed Nintendo titles, Mega CD add-on for the Mega Drive, Supervision from Watara, the Wonder Mega, JVC and Sega licensed, Mega Duck or Cougar Boy, still getting new games, Laser Active from Pioneer, so you can add modules to be either PC Engine or a Sega CD. Mega Drive 2, the updated version of that hardware, which also got its own CD. Super Game Boy, play your Game Boy cartridges on your Super Nintendo on the TV. Neo Geo CD. CPS Changer from Capcom, based on the CPS arcade system. It's a Teleview add-on for the Super Famicom. Super ACAN, another very rare console. Game Boy Pocket updated. New style Super NES. The SNES CD unreleased, and the Het from Bandai unreleased. Into Generation 5. FM Towns Marty, which was the first CD-ROM. Amiga CD32. 3DO from Panasonic, Jaguar from Atari with the amazing Tempest 2000, created by Jeff Minter. Playdia from Bandai. 32X add-on for Sega. Sega's and Saturn release with Nights into Dreams. Sony's PlayStation 1994. The PCFX. The Virtual Boy, which has just had a bit of a revival thanks to Nintendo Switch. Jaguar CD add-on. There's Myst for that machine. Casio Loopy, very strange one that. The R-Zone. Genesis Nomad, portable Mega Drive effectively. Bandai Pippin, developed in conjunction with Apple. Nintendo 64, originally the Ultra 64. Game.com, interesting handheld, which have several licensed titles. Game Boy Color, the 64DD add-on, which never lived up to its potential. The PS1, the rejigged smaller version of the original PlayStation. The IQ Player, which is released in China, so played N64 games. Jaguar Duo, which is the two combined, the Jaguar and the Jaguar CD. 3DO-M2, another unreleased console like the Duo, follow up to the 3DO. Into the 6th generation, start off with the Neo Geo Pocket, then the Dreamcast, which launched first, Neo Geo Pocket Color, good upgrade, the WonderSwan, designed by Gonbu Yukai, PlayStation 2, major important release in 2000, the WonderSwan Color, Game Boy Advance in its initial form, the later SP obviously very popular, the GameCube, which also came with the Game Boy. You get the Game Boy player to fit underneath, the GP32 handheld, sort of started the retro emulation handhelds. Wanted one of those at the time. Original Xbox with, of course, Halo. Panasonic Q, special form of the GameCube with the DVD player. The WonderSwan Crystal upgraded. There's the Advanced SP with Mario Kart Super Circuit. The N-Gage, which unfortunately was badly designed from the start. There's the later QD to fix some of the problems. The Tapwave Zodiac, another one that's good at emulation. PlayStation 2 Slim, the updated version, Ratchet and Clank there. The Atari Flashback, very important console that, designed to renew interest in it and designed to be backwards compatible. Game Boy Micro, the unreleased L600 entertainment system, and the Apex Stream. Not the only unreleased console from that era, there's several more famous ones. The Nintendo DS, real game changer with its touch screen. The PlayStation Portable. The Gizmondo, which failed spectacularly. The Game Wave from Zappit. The Xbox 360 launched 2005. Generation Next from the Sire. It's an unusual one, can't say I've heard of that before. The Nintendo DS Lite. The Hyperscan from Mattel. PlayStation 3, which obviously then got its own revision. There's the Wii, 2006. One of the few consoles I've got close to launch. Nintendo DSi. The Zeebo from Brazil, designed by Tectoy, had some interesting license game. Unfortunately, difficult to collect now for it because the servers are shut down. The PlayStation 3 Slim, as we mentioned, which removed some of the backwards compatibility, unfortunately. The PSP Go, the first revised, the Street, again revising the Street. The Wii Mini, which didn't have the online shop. Generation 8, a Nintendo 3DS, which didn't really make the best use of its 3D effect. PlayStation Vita, the Wii U, which confused people, which is a shame. There's some good games on there, and Splatoon was a big hit. The Neo Geo X, the Ouya, however you want to pronounce it, which was a nice idea. About 1,000 games, pretty impressive, but soon discontinued. The Xbox One, Microsoft made some mistakes there. The PlayStation 4, PlayStation TV for streaming, the Retron 5 console with its multiple slots for different machines, Nintendo new 3DS, the upgraded version, PlayStation 4 Pro, again a new revision. Then 2017 the Switch arrived. There's Breath of the Wild, Xbox One X, and the Switch Lite. And now we come to the most recent generation. So the Xbox Series X, the PlayStation 5, the Analog Pocket, perfect for all you Game Boy fans, but also has other adapters. The Switch 2, and there's the index. So the index, you've got games and companies and hardware listed in there. And the thanks, Moby Games images used with thanks. So there we go. That's another impressive looking book from Bitmap Books. I hope you've enjoyed this first look at it. It's another addition to my retro shelf. Stay tuned to the channel for more unboxing, gameplay, merch stand and retro shelf videos.